Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Yes, squeaky chair. I need to change it. I'm certain there is a spare chair in the shed. Let's get rid of this thing. It's annoying. Anyway, we're back with another one for you. Picked up from one of the supermarkets. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest. I can't remember which one. It was 99% certain it was Morrison's. Yeah, I'm certain it was. Morrison's, I think, anyway. If not, Tesco's. And if not that one, Sainsbury's. It wasn't Sainsbury's, only picked four up, I don't know. Tesco's or Morrison's. Anyway, what we got for you is one out of Nottingham. It's from Neon Raptor Brewing Co. And this is their Power Move. And it is a New England IPA coming in a 440ml can at 6% ABV. Just about the sort of right ABV, I think, for a New England. And this was £3.50. Like I say, I'm certain it was from Tesco's. No, Morrison's, sorry. Absolutely certain it was from Morrison's. And I'm certain it was part of a 4 for 3. But £3.50 on its own. Or was it Morrison's? Might have been Morrison's, mate. No, actually, it might have been Morrison's and not part of a 4 for 3. £3.50 anyway. So let's ignore that. That's typical Neon Raptor artwork on the can. It's very much a gaming sort of theme they have on their cans. There is the spiel on the back. I cannot read that, so if you want to pause it and have a look, you can. Now, I don't have a Neon Raptor glass, so I'm going to whack it in my old white hag glass, my IPA glass I'd like to go to when I don't have the right branded glass. So let's get this cracked open. It's shot its bolt a little bit, shot out the top, well filled, probably me chucking it around. Let's get it in here and see what we get. Now, my experience with Neon Raptor beers, if I'm brutally honest, has not been fantastic, I don't think. I did have a couple of beers at Wrexham Beer Festival when they were there. They were very nice. Done a really nice sour. That was lovely. But can-wise, I've tended to be a little bit disappointed. So, hopefully this one I'm going to enjoy and like and maybe say, yeah, I'll buy again. But we'll have to see. Now, a New England IPA, that looks very light indeed. If you can see that, yeah, it's hazy. And there is a little misty cloud in there. Don't know if you can see sort of working its way down. You probably can't, but I can see it there. It's just sort of hovering around. But it does look very pale. Very pale. I'm going to say sort of a very weak orange squash. A little bit hazy. But there is a nice finger of white head on top. And that does look good, the head on it. Am I seeing any bubbles going up? No, I'm not seeing a thing. So, let's dive in with the nostrils and see what we get off this Power Move New England IPA from Neon Raptor. Not an awful lot. Now, picking up a little bit more there. Hoppy, pineapple, passion fruit, tropical, mango. I wouldn't say I'm getting a massive amount of sort of stone fruits, which is sort of what you expect a bit of that in the old New Englands, but I wouldn't say I'm picking really any of that up. It just smells, again, a bit like orange squash. That sort of squash feel about it with a little bit of hop there. Tropical, very average, shall we say. It smells very average. I hope it's going to be so much better. And that head is holding on quite nicely. Right, it has gone down a bit, but it is holding on. So let's dive in. Neon Raptor Brewing Co.'s Power Move New England IPA, 6% ABV. Let's give her a taste. Cheers. Going again. Right. Body. Straight away, I actually think the body's quite nice. Don't get me wrong, it's not really heavy and chewy, but there is a nice dense feel to it. But not too heavy. What I mean is there's enough there to actually think, yeah, I like the body of this beer. This has got some weight to it. The other side of that is the carbonation for me. Which, although isn't wild, it's small bubbles, but it is quite busy, and you do feel the the bubbles in the mouthfeel, in the mouthfeel in the mouthfeel, if you like, mouthfeel as well though. So it does roughen up the mouthfeel a little bit. It's not really killing the beer, the roughness of the mouthfeel, but it just feels like it could just be that little bit softer. The actual liquid is very smooth and nice and soft. There are some nice flavours in there. I'm not sure if there is a little bit of not sure if there's a little bit of an artificial feel maybe to it. I don't know. I'd like to think not, but what I mean is like sort of like puree and what have you. On the taste, it is hoppy. The more you drink of it, that sort of stone fruitness is starting to come through a little bit more. Although I never really got it on the nose or whatever, or on, you know, it is sort of starting to show through in the taste, which it didn't either in the first couple of mouthfuls. So for me, hoppy, pineapple, passion fruit, mango. There is that little stone fruitness in there as well. And that sort of comes, I'm going to say that maybe comes through on the back end when all the initial flavours have sort of passed. It does leave a nice pleasant finish. I would say there's a little, quite a bit after you've sort of swallowed, I would say you get a little bit of a malty backbone come through, which is pleasant. It sort of tails off to a nice subtle sweet maltiness, and it is subtle, it's not overpowering. I'm actually going to say I think you sort of pick that maltiness up from the start. I think picking it up at the end and then going straight in for another mouthful, you sort of feel that maltiness in the next mouthful. So you are getting all them fruity notes with a little slight malty backbone to it, which is very nice, it's got to be said. Slightly sweet, no real bitterness to it. I've got to admit, it's quite pleasant. It really is. I don't want to sound trying to dislike it, but what I'm trying to do is pick out any faults that I find with it. And yeah, there maybe possibly feels a little bit of a puree sort of thing in there, maybe. Maybe just alongside the hops to boost that flavour. Pardon me. Excuse me. But I do like it. It's pleasant. It's subtle, it's enjoyable. A little bitter note on the front end as well, I would say. But that doesn't last for long. It's a very subtle bitter note that you get right at the very start. But that literally is there and gone within about 3 seconds. 6% ABV is totally hidden. there is absolutely no sign of 6% in this beer. It goes down well. Yeah, I've got to say that's a quite enjoyable one. Now, for me, yeah, £3.50. People are going to say £3.50 is an expensive beer. And if you go back a few years, beers for £3.50 back then were much better, in my opinion. But times have changed, prices have gone up. And I think this warrants that £3.50 price tag. There is just something that little bit more with this, I think, than maybe some other New Englands. It's definitely way better than the Lucky Break one that Brewdog done. That was pissy thin. It was awful. It was awful. And that was 6.7, I think. 6.2, 6.7. This is a much better drinking experience. I think with the going rate for beers at the moment, certainly the craft beer, I think that sort of warrants that £3.50, but kind of doesn't. You know, going by the going rate of things, this warrants it. Is it honestly deep down worth £3.50? Probably not. But with the going rate of stuff, I think that warrants it. Again, if you spend £5, £5 to £6 on a New England IPA, that's when you're going to get the proper drinking experience. But I think for a supermarket craft beer, I think that warrants the price and is quite enjoyable. So I'm going to stop talking now because we're 12 minutes in, gone on way too long. Neon Raptor Brewing Co. Power Move New England IPA gets the thumbs up for me for what it is. It's a supermarket beer. That gets the thumbs up. Don't expect it to match anything around the £5 to £5.50, £6 mark, because it won't. But that is a decent enough beer, and quite frankly, just a nice, enjoyable one. So there you go. There's my thoughts on this beer. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to subscribe as well. I am, I think at the moment, 42 subscribers away from 3,000 subs. So that'd be great to get some more subscribers. And maybe I'll do a special beer for that one. I don't know. Maybe I'll go out and treat myself to something really expensive or something. I don't know. But or even do a live. I don't know. I may even do a live. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.